Well, I've come across a wonderful photograph today. I think it's in the Lakes or the Peak District, I'm not quite sure. But look at that fabulous picture. Look at that lovely, lovely sky. That silhouette of that tree just against the sky. And we've got some lovely greens, nice bright spring green, a bit darker here. But I've got the challenge of trying to get this water here. And all this old Packhorse bridge. This is where they transport the goods around hundreds of years ago. Just enough to take a pony over there and up here. And look at the lovely contours of this hillside. I've got to try and get that. But look at that lovely sky. Look at that beautiful sky. Bit of Mediterranean, bit of Cerulean, sort of ultramarine, I think, and Cerulean we can get in there. But try and keep those clouds as well and get these splashes of greens and little structure. And the rocks are always a challenge. How do I get that so that they seem sort of real? And also we've got this, look at this copper russet reddish reflection from the hillside here, and keep the light in there. So anyway, let's get on with that. Let's have a go. I've sketched it out roughly, or fairly accurately actually, but of course it will be I shall bend the rules from time to time, or deviate I should say, from the actual picture. But of course what I want to do is do a painting, so I've got to get if it's got to work as a painting. So let's get some cobalt blue and a ultramarine maybe. Let's be fairly daring today. Get something a bit colourful there. Well, it is a very colourful picture actually. It's got all the summer there, autumn, but they are bright colours we've got going there. So let me get some ultramarine blue, quite vivid there. I'm making a good strong mixture. Let's just, and this is wet on the dry. Just going to carve out and leave some whites there for my cloud forms. So it's yes, and over here we've got our blue comes down there, so we've got a nice bank of cloud. So I'm just going to leave a nice bank there, like that. Got the odd bit of cloud there. Let's get it a nice margin there and bring something lighter down there. Right, now I think what I'm going to do is straight down and get a bit of umber into that mixture to give me a little bit of shadow. That's a little bit too dark. Let's get a little bit of purple there. Yes, I think that we could do that. Yes, and try and give some shapes. I'll soften this up as well those margins of that cloud. A little bit in here. Okay. Yes. I think we'll do that. Now what I'm going to do is clean off my brush and dry it off a little bit. A little bit of tissue, but I want to soften. See that hard edge there? Just soften that with my damp brush. Soft edge. Right. Right, let's leave that, I think, for the moment. Actually, I could carve out a little bit of white there, soften that up a bit. That's it, I think. Right, let's not fiddle around then with that. Now, I think we need to get in some washes just to get us growing. All these rocks down here. There, I'm going to get some umber and sienna, raw sienna perhaps, or maybe little burnt sienna. Let's just, I mean, there's a lot of rock structures in here. I think we've got to go with that. Try and lay something in. And there's the bridges here, but on the dark area of reflection here, all these stones here, that's the bridge. Some big flagstones here. We've got to try and put some marks in so that they look a little realistic. And yes, let's bring some shadow area down. Right. And we've got a sort of little stone, old dry stone walling that's coming up here. Rocks there. Right, let's leave that for a moment. Now let's, what about this greens? Let's get some green into a little green wash anyway. Over here I've got a mixture of greens and even got some greens on the hillside there. Not a lot actually. Mainly. Right, so I'm going to change as many of these greens as I can. A little bit more. This little green is just here. Right. And I've got some greens back here on the hillside. And here we've got some trees, so I'm just going to, actually I perhaps we'll go green and then we'll put some darks in. Using this Chinese brush, calligraphy brush, gives me a bit of randomness, a bit of flick to it. I can keep it fairly loose. Now up here, right in here, we've got these browns. Let's get some umber. Some burnt umber there. A little bit. I don't want it too dark though, because I don't want to bring it too far forward. There's a line here. Right. And then we've got some, let's get some nice light red. It's quite bold, a little bit of yellow. It's really bright in the middle there. I think a bit orangey actually, looking carefully. I've got a bit of cadmium orange, so I'm going to mix that. Yes, that's it. We've got bits here, quite a lot actually, all coming down here. Yes, we've got a little bits there, the hillside, and behind there's a tree here and a tree here, which you can't really see at the moment, but I'll deal with that. And we've got quite a, let's put some, what should I say, ochre. Let's get some yellow ochre. Again, trying to vary our colours. Let's put some little darker bits. Because we have darker bits here. And got that walling coming down here. Some rocks. But I want to make sure we've got some definition there. And yes, I think just coming down here we can make that a little darker. I'm going to put a little bit of Payne's grey here because it was quite a dark element there. And I've got dark under this, under my bridge there. So let's step that up a little bit. Right. Again, I'm looking where I can use the colours. Move around my painting. This is the way I do it. I don't do one part at a time. I like to keep it fresh by keeping an overall view of it. Right, some big rocks here. Little dark greens as well. Let's put some different greens there. Sort of bit of a bank here, and in the middle we've got some yellows. We've got to ring our changes everywhere. Yes, I think let's get straight into a bit of yellow. Because it was really quite bright in some of these areas, in this middle ground. Bit of sunshine, and also got to step up this green a little bit. We need something there. This coming there. Get back to the darker so we can show some of the structure of the hillside there. Little ravines coming. Help show the contour or a hillside. I think I'm going to go on a smaller brush now because I've got to put some little details in. So I've got a little tiny flat brush here. So let's get that tree in. That's quite a feature of the painting, really. Quite an interesting tree, actually, set against the light. Old gnarly old tree, surviving in these harsh conditions, I think, on the hillside here. Right, let's get something a bit darker now because it is somewhat against the So we get a bit of silhouetting really. Yes, we've got another one here. I can come in with a rigger and do some more detail on this when it's a bit drier. Yes, I think we can do that. It's a bit slightly different colour there. As I say, it's like a rather beaten old tree actually. Very gnarly. Make sure it's grounded here. Right, now let's, I think, some of the that Packhorse bridge, we need to put a little bit of colour there, sort of bit of green on that element anyway, and behind it we need to put a bit of wash in there so that we can see it a bit better. And let's get some more orangey greens going. Yes, really quite bright, and some of this orange. Yes, I think we need to do that. A little bit there. Right, let's get some of this bridge. Oh yes, I just can see a little bit of orange now. Quite a bit reflecting under our water here. Just reflecting off the hillside here. Let's make sure we've got something going there. And we've got to make that readable, realistic. Gets a bit darker there, so got a bit of Payne's grey coming under here, where it's merging the reflections, the water here, and comes to be quite dark actually under the bridge there. I need to make that darker, merging there, the water, and coming out under here, some darks. All sorts of shapes here. Got to try and get some of those rocks in a moment. Bit more green out there. But this piece in here, yes, I noticed that's reflections of that bit of green, so we need to darken that, I think. As I said, it's not reproducing that picture by any means, but I'm trying to get the same sort of layout, same image, but maybe with the different colours. But they've got to be credible as well. Not an exact copy, but they've got to read. This darker here, I need that. And the son of our bridge, we need more shape to that, I think. Now along here, let's get a bit of blue in, because we are getting some reflection from the sky here. So I'll get it in places here. Yes, we could do that. It's a little purpley down here. Let's get a little bit of violet, ultramarine as well. Yes, got a nice sweep of that colour along here. You see the water coming here. And we've got some orange grasses as well. We need to put a bit of colour there. And in the foreground there was quite a little piece sticking into here, a nice green. Which I think we can do with that. And I've got to darken up and get some of these rocks done. Oh yeah. Just put some darks and leave some of the white or the lighter tones to suggest some of the rock. Got to put some on darker bits though. The margin of water coming along there. Right, now I should put some more trees in there. I can see there are a few. See, there's Some of them haven't got a lot of leaf on now because the winter's coming and it's the leaves are disappearing. There's rocks here again. I think I'll put a bit of gouache in actually. That will help pick out some of the rocks, I think. A little bit. Try and suggest the structure of this old bridge. Now I can see, I think I'm going to put a little bit of green foliage, I think, in here. Some trees behind there, which helps to help define this tree as well. So I can do that, keep it light. And behind, yes, let's put some there. Actually, they come up in between those boughs, there's trees behind. So if I just tickle that in, maybe that will help define some of the... A little bit of dry brush really, there's not a lot of paint on this brush I'm using there. I'm standing back now and squint my eyes. I think I need to make this little element under the bridge much darker, so it reads properly, helps you see it as a bridge. And here I think I'm going to do an edge here and bring my reflections down. There's a rocky element here. Yes, I think that's a little bit better. Now, have I done enough on the hillside though? I think I need this path. It's a pathway along here. So let's make sure we got suggest some stone there. Some stonework. It walks up here, up the hill. You've got rocky outcrops here. Put a few marks to help define some contours of the mountainside there. So I'm going to just I think we're going have a little bit of brown into there. Right, now let me think, oh, I know what I could do. Let's, there's a bank of trees just along here, it's a little, few trees anyway. Let's see if I can suggest them. There was some nice orangey ones as well. There we are, let's get some of those. Right, oh, I know. We've got some orange elements on here, so I'm getting a little stiff mixture now. Yes, it was quite a lot there, and also here. Can I flick up some? I think I need a smaller brush. Let me get a little number round, a 4 round. And you can see this one. This is Aquafine Dalerone. Lovely brushes. So let's, yes, they were orange. But I need to, are they going to flick up enough for me? No, I think I need to, let's go straight to, let's get some gouache in here to help define some of these highlights on my wall. So let's crack on with a bit of that. I can see where I could put bits on that wall, and also in the tree actually on one side of it, which helped define it. Yes, it's along that side. The light is obviously coming in left to right. Yes, it's quite marked there. You see that? And some of these as well. This one here, got a little light on, help define them. But one thing I could really do is to help define some rocks that were coming along here, boulders, and we got some white slabs along that pathway there. But the main thing I must try and catch is here. That's better. A few bits on the rocks here. And also a bit of greys, and also in that ridge there. Right, let's get some bit of a path there, a bit of grey coming in there. I'll suggest that. And yes, I think got some grey there. And I could put a little bit of light colours going up there. Vary it. But also, let's have a look. Have I got enough? That grey. Yes, it's a good part of that trunk actually. It's got a lot of light coming there. There's a little bit of one on a tree there. Oh, I know some of these rocks here. Could we do that? Yes. And we've got a little bit here. Little bits of grey to suggest these rocks. Right, now there's only one thing I notice. If I get a really small brush, there's a little bit of a rail on the Packhorse bridge, which if I get a small enough brush, I can perhaps put something in. Yes, how about that little brush? This is a number 1. Very tiny one. But I get a little bit of black on this. There's a sort of guardrail. Very, very faint though. But you do notice it in the... Yes, there we go. Hopefully now he's falling off this. There we go. A little bit of a hint of one anyway. Yes, that's it. We've got to make me... Nope, that's not picking up. Actually, okay, we could use this dark as well to get something of our reflections here. Still got a bit of water here. As it comes round here, right. Now, what do we think? It's a bit darker in here. I've got this small brush. There's lots of little dark elements on the hillside. With my bit of a dry brush there. Oh, that's better. Starting to show a little bit more. What we need to do. Right, there's a real rock. By doing this, I hopefully can show some of the lie of the land. I just put a little bit here on the margin of these things here. Help suggest the contours of the land. Right, so let's just take off the tape and see what we've got here. Again, I'm resisting doing more. I could fiddle around, but sometimes you've got to stop. Less is more, I think, on watercolour. I've been learning this over the years. Now, here we go. Let me zoom up a little bit and see if you can pick out better some of the features. Yes, I'm quite pleased with it, really. I think it's this little bit of shadow under this arch helps you to see a little bit more 3D, and the hillside. Whether I've succeeded with my clouds, I don't know. Not quite as fluffy as I'd like them to be. I could put a little bit of gouache with it, but no, I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. Sometimes trying to adjust things, you make things worse. But anyway, this is a view from the Peak District, I think it is. So very colourful this time of the year. So if you like it, please give me a thumbs up, or consider subscribing, and then you'll be notified when I do more work. So thanks for watching.